I had a great opportunity to sit and watch Scott Sanchez tie the other day at an expo, and I was reminded of a really cool fly he came up with like 400 years ago or whenever it came out. It's called the one feather wet fly. Check it out. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's a big brown
I had the opportunity to sit down and watch Scott Sanchez tie at the Idaho Expo this year. And to me, he's like the OG creative fly tyer. He used to write articles that were super, super cool, very creative. But I had seen this fly a long time ago, but I was reminded of it. But it's a one feather soft hackle. It's a really cool caddis imitation. Scott says he likes to swing it. I'm tying it in a little bit bigger size so you can see how to build this thing. But I mean, I've done these down to 16. I think this is like a 12. But I'm just going to tie it in like normal tannish hare's ear colors. And I'm going to use a wine or claret colored thread. And what we're going to do is just take a piece of crystal flash and we'll tie that in here. That's going to be a rib. And then we're just going to dub a body. This really can be anything. I've used biots. You can use peacock herl. This is just the, what is it? Euro nymph body dub from Fulling Mill. And it's kind of like a hare's ear mixed with a little bit of antron or some sort of sparkly fiber, but not flash. All right, I've got this thread, or this thread dubbed up, so it's just not very much. Again, you can build this however you like to fish your soft hackles or, wet flies, but kind of goes along that vein. I'm building, I don't know, the body about that thick. Just nice little buggy body. This Euro nymph body dub from Fulling Mill has less guard hairs in it, and the thorax dub has a lot more guard hairs. So I wanted it to be buggy, but not too much. All right, I'm just adding a little bit more here up at the head. Pick out any haters that we don't want to be there. The rest of the haters don't know that they're really helping us out. We want them there. All right, so I'm going to take this crystal flash or flashaboo, whatever you have, and you can go over this again with monofilament if you want, but you just want to make a little bit of a rib like that, kind of like a sexy waltz or whatever. Trim him out of there. Oh, that was a bad trim. We'll clean him up. All right, so now is where the cool part starts. You can really use most types of feathers for this. But before I do that, I think I'm going to come in and brush it out a little. All right, I'm just going to pick this out with a little bit of Velcro. Give it a little bit of life. You can see that flash still in there. Don't do it too hard, just about like that's fine. Okay, now I've got a hen saddle. I like to use hen saddles a lot for this. And this is just a basic brown saddle, okay? So I farmed a feather out. It looks just like that. All right, so I'm going to prepare that about like this. So I've preened a bunch of fibers back, and I'm just going to tie him in about right here. So I'm just going to pinch my fingers around that, and I'm going to tie it in barely where that triangle meets, not on the plain stem. And then Scott showed me a cool trick that if you put your thumb on top and pull that forward, it will make it just kind of roll around that hook. You see how I did that? So now there's like a little bit of a tent going around, and it creates a little bit of curvature on that feather. I'm going to do that a little bit more. And then we can straighten it out if we want. So look at how cool that wing looks already. Now, here's cool part number 2. Again, I told you, he's a creative dude. I'm just going to catch this feather. Let me see if I can do it and twist it how I want. So I'm going to catch that, and I'm going to wrap it back to that wing tie-in, then take my thread all the way forward. I have a little bit of a bump there, so I'll just clean that up. Now I'm going to take this and wrap a soft hackle with it. So I like to kind of fold the feathers aside. Really, you could get real quick and dirty with these if you wanted. But since we're making a nice vidya for you, we'll try to clean it up as best we can. And, 3, 4, 5 turns. It doesn't need to be super sparse. Let's see, I'll tie that off. You know what, I'm not going to trim it. I'm just going to wrap back on that tie down, and then I'll just break that out of there. There we go. And then, you can fish it just like that. Scott says that he likes to add 2 little antennae, and he even has a dubbing ball in front of some of them. So you could wrap the soft hackle further back in the fly. But I'm going to tie in this same piece of crystal flash. See how it's kind of on one angle? And if I fold that other one over, it should kick out fairly naturally to that other side. So once I have that, I'm going to build up a little bit of a head and throw a whip finish in. And if you noticed, I used my original Frank Mattarelli tools for this fly, the bobbin and the whip finisher that my good buddy Swinney gave me. All right, so I'll trim that off, and then I'll trim those antennae about right there. That one got all ski-wampus on me. All right, so anyway, that's the Scott Sanchez 1 feather soft hackle. Swing it for caddis in a river near you.